And let's speak more about it. You probably heard that the two main candidates are Hillary Clinton from the Democrats and the Republican candidate Donald Trump. I think that by now everyone knows that. There are some candidates from other parties as well, but traditionally only the Democrats and the Republicans matter. And as you can see from this chart, which shows us the dynamics of consolidated opinion polls, Hillary Clinton has always been ahead of Donald Trump. There was a lead of Hillary Clinton. The size of this lead has changed during the past month, but still she was a bit ahead. And as we have already spoken, last week was very difficult for Mrs. Clinton because of these accusations about her private email server. Now this matter has been settled, and of course we saw that the latest opinion polls showed that Clinton managed to gain some points versus Donald Trump. It is also very important to pay attention to the fact that although these opinion polls show us something, the national opinion polls don't reflect the situation fully. The thing is that America doesn't have direct elections. The election system is a bit more complicated. Here I have found a picture of how it all works. The thing is that the US got a system called the Electoral College, and in this system each state gets a certain number of electors based on its representation in the Congress. You can see on the picture the numbers which are inscribed on each state. These are the numbers of the electors each state has. And American people on Tuesday, November 8th, will be choosing not Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump directly, but the electors who will cast their electoral votes in December, so that at the beginning of January 2017, Congress would count these votes and the official results of the election would be announced. So to win, to make sure that he or she has the victory in this election, the candidate should have at least 270 votes of these electors. All in all, there are 538 electoral votes in all the states. And as I said, for the victory, at least 270 votes are needed. If neither of the leading candidates, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, manages to reach such an amount of votes, then it will be up to the House of Representatives of the US Congress to decide who the winner is. Such situation is also possible, though probably not very likely. So here we have a timetable of the election night. Of course, the time is kind of not strict. It is an approximate time, but still, if you want to trade not only the outcome of the election, but to stay active during the whole night from Tuesday to Wednesday, you should know which states matter and when will they release their election results. So on this map on the right, you can see the so-called battleground states, in which we don't know for sure who will win, Clinton or Trump. And this states, the victory in the states is a decisive factor for this presidential race. If the things go as it is painted on this map, so if people do vote for the electors of Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump as follows, then Hillary Clinton would probably succeed and become the next president of the United States. Still, the situation is tricky, and we will be watching the results live in order to make sure that the votes really settled this way. Clinton starts with some advantage in the electoral college, so she can afford to lose such states as Florida and Ohio. However, in this case, she will definitely have to make sure that she wins such states as Pennsylvania and North Carolina in order to have enough electors' votes. So you can see that these states, Florida, North Carolina, Ohio, Pennsylvania, will release the exit polls results around from 2 to 3 a.m. On the Wednesday night. The time in this table is GMT +2, which is the time of the server in MetaTrader 4. But if you use another time, you can simply count from the basis of GMT using this data and to add necessary amount to get your time zone. All in all, the most important time will be during from 2 to 3 a.m. MetaTrader time, GMT +2. As we are speaking about Donald Trump, he has to win in Florida and Ohio in order to have a good chance to win the election, to have an acceptable chance to win the election. So if Trump loses Florida and Ohio, then probably will be pretty certain that Hillary Clinton has won in the overall election, and at 2-3 a.m. GMT +2, we can already make our trades which focus on Hillary Clinton's victory scenario. So we will be ahead of the main amount of market participants, and this may be a good trade idea to join in the market earlier. All in all, according to the previous experience, the previous two elections in the United States, around 7 a.m. in the morning, GMT +2, the final results are already on the table. The results are not really final, but still it's already clear who is the winner. So this time, if we have a winner, the loser usually says a so-called concession speech in which he or she admits the result of the election, and it all becomes clear. The new environment for the market is formed, and this is surely a long-term environment because the US president will spend several years in the office, and his or her policy will determine the market conditions in America. Let's now speak about which trades we should make if we believe that Hillary Clinton will win the election, and if we are certain that it's Donald Trump who will be the winner.